They took it, they took it like a man. We was like orphans or something. We pow.
But see, you know what? Those was the teachers, though. Those teachers really loved us and cared for us, but they were strict and disciplined in their way and teachings.
Baker. You know how when you get ready to go from the 5th to the 6th, they didn't want Miss Threadgill.
Nobody. You're right.
Look here. Miss Threadgill.
Yeah.
You going in there? I hated I had to get Miss Threadgill. Man.
But we didn't have but one teacher everybody liked in the 6th grade. Because you had Miss Threadgill, Miss Russell, who was Miss she was head of Miss Threadgill. She was the original mean
disciplinarian.
Yeah, she was strong mean. And I think Miss Threadgill got her teaching from her.
Right.
Then we had mean Miss Ball.
Miss Ball.
Miss Ball.
She was another one.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the other one was Miss King, right?
Miss Keys, yeah.
Miss Keys, that's the one everybody wanted to go to.
And that's the one they sent me to.
And that's the one you went to on bus.
Man, they had to get me up out of there. Miss Threadgill, I allowed her came down there throwing rocks or something. You know what I'm saying?
That's
right by the railroad track.
Right by the railroad track.
You know?
That's right.
I went over to Miss Keys. I had the nicest teacher.
Oh, she was the best.
I know, she was.
I can say she was the sweetest teacher on staff beside our 5th grade teacher. What was her name? I can't think of her name. We was in the pie program.
Oh, look at it. He talking about the pie program.
I told you, Antoine, he know about
Antoine like
those
going on them
elementary school
trips.
teachers.
Oh, yeah. We had a ball on
I was in
trips.
the pie program, too. I just be thinking we were special. I said, why we get to go on all these trips?
Huh?
Yeah, B.
Yeah.
We had a trip every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, every week. Remember, we used to go to Marine Land when it was still in Palos Verdes Peninsula. Back then, the sun-kissed tuna. Out there by the port. Yeah, we went to a lot of trips.
I want to tell the kids today, boy, y'all missing it.
Yes, they are. Yes.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Since they done made all these cuts.
Right.
Y'all don't get to do none of that. What we did, we had the pie program. Then we got the junior high. We had auto mechanics, metal, print,
wood
shop, even garden.
Yes, even garden. I was in garden over there with Mr. Hollis.
We was taught a lot of skills out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We were.
We prepared us for an early exit if we needed a job. We already had training.
It gave us an idea or a mindset to say, I would want to be that. Because it was presented to us in school. But like you say, today, it's all of the electives like that. Is no more electives,
And that's a way to set you back, though, B.
Yeah.
That's a way to set kids back.
Right.
Well, they basically self-schooling themselves in those subjects that we were taught by going through the YouTubes and the what is that other one, autocorrect or something like that, where they can look on there and they'll show them how to fix a part. They go right in there.
And take care of it.
I wonder, do they still have all that home economics for the girls and stuff?
You know what?
Like that?
I don't think they do because
some schools outside of our district.
I would say outside of our district. Outside of the inner
our
city,
district, they still have a lot of the electives.
Right.
Yeah. And that's just to show you, we got all of that, and you see us still today.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm looking at these brothers, their skin look good. They look good,
God
you know
is
what
good.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man,
God is good.
You better believe it.
Yes, he is.
Because sometimes I see a picture, somebody say, I'm 56. I'm like, man, you 56?
Some of them
some of them
40.
Look 40, look 60.
Look 69. Yeah. He's 56. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So evidently, something was done right.
Well, God had a plan for us all the way back then.
Yes, he did, Antoine.
He knew we was his chosen group. He knew we had something good in us, and we would have to all circumventilate and find it ourselves.
That's right. That's
my
right.
calling came. This was after I graduated. We all did dumb things. And I saw him going to, get the little pellets. And that broke me down. And I knew that broke me down because my mom and dad spend all this time into us, and then we turn out like this.
Yeah, that don't make
Not caring about our brother, man, our sisters, and just if we don't do it, somebody else will. But I ain't finna do it. I ain't gonna be one of the devil's, handouts.
Amen. Amen.
You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
me and Baker, we had a girlfriend in junior high. Did you have one?
Oh yeah, 6th grade.
Wow, you got started before me. Then.
All of those stories.
Now, 6th grade,
Everybody have a
Well, in
testimony.
6th
You know
grade, the
mine.
girls
I was just
choosing.
looking. They was chosen?
The girls was choosing in
was
6th
choosing.
grade.
God, dog.
That's right.
The girls were the bullies back in 6th grade. I don't know if you remember. They say, "Oh, you gonna be my boyfriend."
Man, look
And
out.
now be one that I started off so young.
man,
See, I don't know where he
guess I
was
was-
at 12, but me and you was in the same.
Oh,
place.
yeah.
I guess
yeah.
I was still thinking about the box. You know how they write that paper, you check that box.
Check that box,
If
right.
you like me or not. That was maybe like the third grade.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. Write that little note and just say, put your yes or no. That thing, those are days.
I don't know if they get to do that today, but we had it going on.
We had it going on.
Oh yeah, man. We had a
it going
blast. We had a blast.
We had it going on.
And we were so competitive. People didn't understand it, but we were so competitive with each other. When we was joined together, there was nobody that could beat us.
Yeah.
Nobody could
When we
beat us.
got to junior high, it was really going on.
Oh, yeah.
What, was y'all in the same homeroom?
We was the same homeroom.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
That's right.
These suckers
Mr.
right here.
Hurtbird.
That's right. That's
Hold
right,
up.
Mr. Hollis. We were the Eagles.
Is that right?
Eagles,
That's right.
That
Man,
was
that's
Dawback.
That's right.
Dawback was the Eagles.
Dogback was the Eagles.
Well,
Yeah,
I want
our
to put
homeroom
this on
teacher
the
was
record.
Mr. Hollis.
Yeah.
Because Baker, we put it on the record last time, and Antoine wasn't here.
That's right.
We had after school football. I was winning all the championships.
All of them, Brown. All of them.
That's
We
Big
get to
Will.
the 9th grade.
Yeah.
Big Will would put them teams together.
Big Will put them together.
Mr. Williams,
Mr.
we
Williams.
love them hogs. He got the biggest dudes in each class, and they had the best offensive line anybody ever
Sure
seen.
did. Him and
then they
Joe.
just stick
And I-
Butch in the background and say, "Hey, run behind him."
Just
right.
run behind them, my man. Look at I was mowing them down. We got to the 9th grade. They went and put the team together against me. I think I don't know.
Well, we ended up getting Mike Houston
Yeah,
right.
after school.
that-
Mike wasn't with us.
I
That's right,
love
we got Mike
Mike
Houston.
I love
He
Mike,
was our
but
quarterback.
he
Yep.
cheated me.
That's right. He was our quarterback.
He throw them
Mike
dimes
Houston.
to Leonard Baker.
No.
You saw what? You remember that? See?
I was hoping Baker dropped the ball.
Well, they were so focused on me because this dude keyed in on me almost every play. Butch, every time I turned around, here come Butch.
Because he was trying to get the ball. Give him the ball. I'm going to get him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he wanted to be shifty.
Right.
Yeah, they
He
let me
wanted
go
to be
one
shit.
time, though. At one time, he nailed me out of bounds. Beanie went to the side and said, "Give me the ball again, Mike. Give me the ball again."
You know, even when we had the team with Mr. McFaith, remember?
Oh, the school team?
A white guy taking all black kids around to play football.
Yeah.
When we
Yeah.
played at Hoover Park down Sutton Park.
Yeah.
We went over there and was playing all them black kids in the flag, and we was winning.
We was
but we
destroying.
had a white teacher taking all of the black kids around
he
to
might
play
have had
football.
a little black in him because his hair was curly.
His hair was curly.
And he had muscles.
Yes, he
here
did.
we
Yeah.
go.
So,
Yeah.
you know, all it takes is just a drop of black.
That's it. That's
And a
it.
whole lot of them got it.
Yeah.
And it's
that
just now
changed
coming
the
out.
game.
But those
Yeah.
are memories that I'll never forget.
Oh yeah,
You know,
the one that I love the best is when they kept talking about how great Bethune was.
Yeah.
With all them big old dudes they had over at Bethune, and we went over there to their backyard. We played them at Bethune,
We played them at Bethune.
and them dudes quit at halftime on
We
us.
See
tore
that?
them up.
See that? We was coming to play.
We put it on.
We
them.
was coming to play,
look
bud.
here. Charles Drew is on the map.
Oh
It
yeah,
is on the map.
You know what I'm
Charles
saying?
Drew is the Mecca.
Yes.
But I just want to let the people know that Leonard and Antoine, they beat me that day.
Yeah, it
That
was a
was
good
a
game.
sad day
That
for
was a
me.
good game.
I think
Yes.
I weep for a week.
That's right, B.
You know what I'm
Mr.
saying?
Williams like Butchie. Butchie and Jew gonna get you,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah,
Butchie and Jew, remember
Yeah,
Antoine?
hey, Big Joe.
We was after them.
Yeah.
I think it was
And
down
yeah,
to
wait a
the
minute.
last play.
Didn't they have Ronnie Williams too?
No, Ronnie wasn't on
No,
our
He
team.
was on the Giants.
Yeah, Ronnie was on the Giants.
Y'all was
on
the
the
Rams.
They was the Bears,
we was
wasn't
the
it?
Bears.
They
No,
were the Bears.
Alvin was the Bears.
Yeah.
We was the Giants.
Y'all was the
Okay,
Giants.
you
I
was
had
the
Ronnie
Giants.
Williams at
No, we
quarterback.
didn't. I was the
Okay.
quarterback. Ronnie wasn't the quarterback. Ron had to go get him his own team.
Okay.
Because I could have sworn Mr. Williams put
No, I was
Ron Williams on y'all
throwing
squad.
the
Yeah.
Leroy Bishop brother, Jerome.
Yeah,
Jerome.
That's right. Jerome was his quarterback.
No,
But I know,
no.
I know our team, though.
Oh, yeah. Our team was solid. We had,
Our team was solid.
One dude that they didn't
Was
take for
was
granted
David
was
Lilly
Marcus.
on my team?
Now, David Lilly was with, what's his name? The tall,
Wasn't he with Leroy Bishop?
dark coach that was there. Real tall.
who that was.
He was an ex-NFL player.
Was he?
Yeah. Okay. They had the Colts, they had the Rams,
Yeah.
they had the Bears,
The
they had
Lions.
the Eagles, they had the Lions, and they had the Giants.
See?
You
Told
know what?
That's
Let
why I
me
remember
say-
all of that.
And we had a game on every field
All
going.
all that,
yeah.
Game on every field.
Different levels.
And we wasn't short of players.
We
either.
weren't sure the players. We wasn't sure the coaches.
Oh, man.
We wasn't sure the refs. We wasn't sure the girls,
Boy,
the
we had
girls,
it. We-
and the guys as spectators. You know,
Oh, yeah,
like I
man.
say, that was
we had
very
it going on.
interesting
Yeah.
childhood we had.
Yeah, so now we finna get up out of Drew.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? And now we gotta go find what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That next level of life.
On
was-
next level of life. Antoine went over there, Fremont.
Yeah.
You know, Smith was, wasn't trying to act right.
No.
Me, I'm thinking I can find my way out the ghetto. I went down to Southgate my first year.
Yeah.
You know, thinking the white folks could save me.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right. That's right, Butch.
You know, the Chinese man and them thinking I can find my way up out of the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? And I had to come back.
Yep. Yeah.
But
Also,
Antoine-
that was during the time that the gang takeovers.
Yeah.
That was during that time. So we was looking for places to do things to stay out of the way.
Right.
You know, because it had popularized to a point where now, either you got to choose one side or the other side.
Oh, yeah.
And we chose sports,
Right.
but I couldn't even get into the sports, because Mr. Smith, they call him Smitty, may he rest in
Old
peace.
Smitty, he was dirty.
My first year at Fremont,
Yeah,
I
he
come
was
out
my
for the
coach.
football team, and him and his whole staff laughed at me. Laughed.
Didn't know who Antoine Rager
Didn't know who I was. They
That's
knew who
right.
them Bethune dudes was, but
Yeah,
they didn't know none of
yeah.
the Drew dudes coming
Yeah.
over there.
Right.
Yeah,
The only reason they knew who Butchie was because he was coming from Southgate.
Right.
right.
They knew who Malcolm was because he was coming from Verb.
Right.
The dudes that came straight in from Drew, they wasn't getting no.
And we went over there and told
Wasn't
Fremont
getting no
up.
love.
Oh yeah, no, we wasn't getting. And we had to work our butts off compared to them Bethune dudes.
Yeah.
Them Bethune dudes, they walked them right in.
Right.
I guess
Right
it was
in.
like they was right next door to Fremont.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Fremont
right.
was closer to Drew.
I mean, Bethune, it was right there.
And so,
So, but Smitty loves size.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
loves size.
Right.
I was what, probably 5'4", a $130 tops.
As shifty as he could be.
Shifty. Yeah, Antoine Raby, boy.
Had the heart, had all the heart in the world.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
You know,
did.
that's
So Antoine, as come to 11th grade, you got out of there.
yeah, had to go.
Had to go.
Had to go. It was
There's a
bad.
lot of things going
Oh,
on.
it was a whole lot of bad things going on. That
Yeah.
gang thing really kicked into high drive. I think we was averaging some shooting on campus there. See, they didn't talk about that back in our days because it was in our neighborhoods. See, they call it mass shootings now at all in their neighborhoods. But that was going on a regular basis at Fremont. It was just a daily thing.
Right.
Shooting shootouts with the guards and all that on campus, broad daylight.
Yeah.
So, nobody really came down there to kind of adjust that for us. We had to do the
We had to
adjusting
adjust it
ourselves.
ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
So you say I got to get out of here.
I had to go, man. After that little situation, I had a little spat, a little disrespectful spat. Dude, in our growing up, you can't be disrespected in front of the crowd.
Right.
Amen.
Man.
You can't be disrespecting the crowd, then everybody gonna be,
That's
know,
right.
taken to the cleaners every day.
Yeah.
So it had to be dealt with. It got dealt with, and man, I didn't know he was from over there in them 60s, and Them dudes used to sit up there and practice, about a dozen of them, waiting for me to get out of football practice every day.
And we talking about 10th grade child. You know what I'm saying?
10th grade.
Ain't that something?
10th grade.
That's how tough it was.
Oh yeah, we had to be.
You know.
We had to think grown. We had to be grown before we was